All right, hello and welcome back to this episode of Best in the Biz, the pod talking business with CNA entrepreneurs. Today we have Jacqueline Burke with Make It Sweet. Thanks, Jacqueline, for coming.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So to get started, tell us a little bit about your business and how it all got started.
So pretty much, I mean, when COVID hit in 2020, everybody was finding new hobbies to keep themselves busy and do stuff. And like everybody was doing like door drop-offs to other people and that sort of stuff.
So true.
So I had kind of started with a little bit of that. And like it had been just a side hobby that I enjoyed doing throughout the years anyway.
Yep.
And then in 2020, like doing it, it wasn't until 2021, February 2021, that I had the idea that I was like, what if I could do this for occasions, like specifically occasions, not anything else, just to try it out.
Yeah.
So I put a feeler out for Valentine's Day of February 2021 and it kind of just exploded. Like it's not something I expected to be big, but it did. And then people were asking like, will you do this for Easter? Will you do this for, so I started very slow doing it that way.
Okay.
And then it just got to a point where it was so big that I was like, okay, it's time to make a Facebook page and like make this an actual business.
Yeah, and I guess.
Yeah. It really did just blow up, and year after year has just gotten bigger, which is crazy.
Yeah, it really is. I've been following it stuff and maybe indulging every once again.
Definitely.
And it is wild. It seems like you said, like initially I saw your post about more of the holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it started as just on my personal Facebook too. Like it wasn't even like it was public.
Yeah, that's right. Hey.
And people would just share it that way. It wasn't until June of 2022 that I finally made a Facebook.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So it's expanded quickly.
Oh, it really did. Yeah. The support has just been overwhelming. It's crazy.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So take us back a little bit with your time with CNA. So what did you study and how did that kind of affect, I guess, your business?
I did office administration when I first graduated high school. And it was one of those things where you were like, I don't really know what to do. Because I mean, at 17, trying to figure out what you'd like to do for the rest of your life seems crazy.
It's tough, yeah.
And so I really had no idea. And a couple of the girls that I was graduating with said they were doing office admin. And when I thought about it, I was like, okay, that sounds like a good stepping stone no matter what you choose to do in life. Like it's great to have computer skills. It's great to have telephone skills.
Exactly.
You know, to have conversations with people. And it just creates a professional environment, I feel.
For sure.
So I just kind of was like, okay, well, I'll do that. And then if I want to do a certificate, I can get out after the first year.
Yep.
If I want to do the diploma, I can do that. And then maybe that'll be a stepping stone into something else.
Yep.
And when I did it, I did the certificate, and I didn't love my first year just because you're still figuring out what you want to do. And when I went into my second year, I was like, I really enjoy this. I enjoy the aspect of like being personable with people and like
definitely.
That's like interacting in that way.
Yeah.
So I found that was a great program to do. And then leading into the business side of it, using Microsoft Office and knowing how to use it, like using Excel, which I know so many people like will make fun of, and because when they don't know how to use it type thing.
Yeah.
It's something that has been amazing in my business because I know the equations to use to like tally up how many strawberries I need, how many of this, how many of that. And even with doing expenses versus profit. I can track all of that, and it's so easy for me to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it like gave me so many skills that like you wouldn't think of when you're 17 and 18 years old.
100%.
But I mean, now it's like a integral part of my business, really.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really cool to hear, and I'm a big fan of Excel myself. So I feel you. Feel you there. Right on. So next question is all about the process around, getting the kitchen certified and stuff like that. So you started out, and like you said, kind of everyone was kind of doing it during COVID.
Yes.
But then as business grew, then the certifications came into place and stuff like that.
Yeah. So someone was unhappy with people because using cream cheese and like when I do charcuterie as well, meats and cheese in an unlicensed kitchen are considered hazardous foods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all about temperature control and bacteria and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So when I got the call in August, it was the middle of August, and they said, you can't do cheesecakes anymore. You can't do charcuterie unless it's out of a licensed kitchen.
Okay.
So I kind of asked what my options were on how to move forward and still be able to do this because those are big parts of the business.
Yeah, of
That's what people really enjoy.
Yep.
So it kind of went, okay, well, how can I do this? And they were like, well, you can either like go to somewhere who has a licensed kitchen, like Knights of Columbus.
Okay.
Those types of places like that. Or you can put one in your house.
Oh, really?
So I said, well, what's the process to do it? And so they told me, and going through it, I was like, okay, like, is this something? It took a little while to think about it, to be like, is this something I can actually do?
Yeah.
Because you need a full second kitchen. You can't.
Really?
Oh yes, you can't use your.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So the home kitchen that you have in your house,
Yeah.
it can't be that.
Wow.
So you have to create a full second kitchen.
Holy.
Yeah.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, and I didn't. You know what I mean? I had no idea what any of that meant.
Yeah.
And so I took the steps to find out what I had to do, and then called the contractor, and we created a full second kitchen.
How long did it take?
It took, in order to get the contractor at first, it was in September before I had someone come in to look at the house.
Okay.
And then, of course, based on their availability.
Yeah.
So then you have to go for that schedule. The kitchen was done at the end of October.
Okay.
But then I had to do a food safety course to go along with my application for the kitchen. And so November 25th was when I officially got certified and licensed. Yeah.
So the whole thing kind of took probably 4 months or so.
Yeah, from September. Well, September to November, really.
November.
Yeah. But I got reported in August. So then, of course, it was the hemming and hawing of, is it something I should do? Yeah. Is the business going to thrive? I mean, it already has. Yeah. But you don't. It's still a chance that you have to take, because you're investing so much more money in it then too.
Yeah, you don't know.
And like with a house too, like it's not necessarily going to bring up the property value, because no one's, if you go to resell, not a lot of people are going to be like, oh, there's a licensed kitchen, I want that house. Yeah, it's definitely it was a risk for sure, but it was a great risk, and I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah, paid off, no doubt.
It did.
Right on. And if you don't mind me asking, ballpark, how many strawberries were sold on Valentine's Day?
That weekend?
Yeah.
2,000 at least.
2,000? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot to go through.
Well, for the 13th alone, I dipped about 700.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had 4 pickup days, including one in Corner Brook.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, it's been busy.
Yes.
And it seems like it's going to be busy this weekend, too.
Yes.
Going to Marble.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's a little cool partnership. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Marble had advertised that they were, they had this communal space that any local vendors could use. Like, you could rent it out and do that. So I contacted them right away, and I was like, that sounds like a great idea. Like, because there's nothing better than like going out on the hill or like being outside all day and like coming in for a beer and then having a snack with it. Because like not necessarily a meal, but something to snack on in between runs.
100% is great.
So I was like, I think that would be great to do like snack size versions of things that I do. So like instead of a box of 12 strawberries, do a box of 3 or a box of 6 to split between 2 people.
That's
and
a good idea.
Do like a deal that way.
Yep.
And so, I just reached out, and they sent me the contract and everything, and so I signed up to do it. And
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really exciting.
I was really excited about that. I think so too, because it also then expands the reach for people in Corner Brook. Because like I do deliveries in Corner Brook all the time, and I do set pickup days for occasion boxes and everything. Yep. But I think this will really expand it so that when I do go in, there will be more people that know about it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure, because a lot of the market at Marble is Deer Lake and Corner Brook.
Definitely,
and then across the province a bit too.
Oh, for sure. And like that's the thing, is that like there's so much like diversity in what I do that like there's stuff for kids, but there's also stuff for adults too.
Oh yeah.
So like
everyone can enjoy.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So this kind of ties into the next one. So what's been your most exciting business moment so far?
I think when I got the kitchen licensed, just the amount of support that I got from literally everybody, and like people that you don't even know or that you haven't heard from in years, and they heard that you just now opened a bakery, essentially. Because like when I saw that my license, it's a food establishment license, which means I own a bakery, which I find wild to say, because I'm like, that's not true. Like you just have a little side business that you make out of your house. But so like having that like aha moment of like, wow, I actually did this, and like this is real and this is a thing. And
Having that moment.
Like I think it was really just like the amount of support that you get from literally everybody and people that you haven't talked to for years, and everybody's just so proud and so supportive. And that is it's really a really nice moment.
It definitely is. And like you said, having the community support on your side is essential to every business, especially in like smaller towns in Newfoundland.
And word of mouth, especially like the fact that people enjoy it and then they're so supportive to like tell other people about it. And,
exactly. That's absolutely huge. So talking about, word of mouth and different marketing channels, things like that. Do you want to walk us through what you're doing on Facebook right now?
Sure. So basically anytime that I have anything on the go, it goes to Facebook right away. Because as we've learned, social media is the way to go in this generation. Like that's how things get out, whether it's good or bad. That's you find it on social media. And it's never not going to be. But anytime that I'm doing anything, it goes on Facebook, whether it's just posting orders I've done lately. People then see what I offer and they see pictures of it and what it looks like. Because of course, aesthetics are also everything.
They are, for sure.
So especially on social media.
Yep, quality
so
photos.
if something looks aesthetic, then people are going to want it.
Definitely.
So when I do like orders lately, it's a bulk of like, say what I've done for the month of February.
Yep.
And then people see that. And then for occasions, I try to do up a menu of what's available. Yep. And instead of just doing one solid menu, I show the pictures of what's offered underneath with all the information. And
that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I try to make it like as easy as possible to want to order and to, you know, and to know all the information and everything you're getting.
Definitely.
And so I do try to really put everything on Facebook because that's where the most people see it. And like a lot of people then share it. So it goes on their pages and And
it just keeps going.
It does, yeah. It travels.
Yeah. And even when I see you post, like there's like 40 comments instantly.
I know. And this is how we got to 2,000 strawberries on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
So talking about the strawberries, that's probably your best seller, would you say?
I would think so, yeah.
So what's made the strawberries special, do you think?
I do think it's the chocolate that I use. And
it
wasn't anything special that I was like, oh, this is the best chocolate and I'm going to use it. It was something that I think I had personally in probably 2018 was like, I'm in the mood for chocolate covered strawberries. I had been to New York the year previous. I had went to Carlo's Bakery and I developed a wild addiction to those strawberries while I was in New York. And so I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Like, I bet I could make them. And when I did them the first time, I still have the picture of it. They looked awful. Like the dipping was fine. The drizzling looked terrible. Like I've sent it out and everyone's like, oh, thank God you've come like a long way with the piping. I was like, yeah, like definitely. But it was just a chocolate I picked up and I was like, oh, this is good. And then like when I did it for the business, there's been so many people who say like the quality of chocolate you use. And I'm like I laugh because I'm like, to me, it's nothing special, but it was just, it worked and it really has worked. And like, even though the price of everything has gone up with, I mean, the inflation of like cocoa and everything, I will never change the brand of chocolate I use. Because it's also gluten-free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like, I didn't either at the time, but I did look into it. And like I do have a couple celiac customers.
Yeah, of course.
And that's been really nice to be able to offer them as well so that they get to enjoy stuff.
Definitely. That's really cool. I did not realize that. And I would definitely agree the chocolate is the game changer.
Yeah, it's the key ingredient for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
I can't even like eat strawberries on their own anymore. I'm like, this isn't the same. It's not as enjoyable.
It's not the same. Not the same. So last question here before we get to a little rapid fire round. What kind of advice would you have someone or would you give someone thinking about starting their own business?
Honestly, I think that if you have an idea and it's something that you get excited about, I think you should just do it. Like, I don't think there was obviously a little bit of hesitation for me being like, is this something that like people would even be interested in? And of course, there's always the second guess of like, is this going to work? Am I going to fail? What are people going to think? Like, are people going to be like, why does she think that she can do this? Like, she has no background in baking or anything like that. And to ignore all that and to just go for it and do it.
Definitely.
And to come out with a great result.
Yeah.
Oh you know what I mean? But I didn't know that was going to be the case. It was you take the chance.
Yeah, and see what happens.
And and luckily for me, it worked out. And I think that if you're excited about something and it brings you joy and you want to share that with people, I think that you should absolutely give it a go.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I think that's the way to do it.
Okay. So last little fun section here, a little rapid fire round. So first, what's your go-to sweet treat?
I'm awful for the strawberries. If I dip a pack of a dozen, there's a couple left over in the thing. I'm like, oh, these are for me. Or like if I dip one and it happens to like fall in a way that the chocolate splatters, I'm like, oh, that one's no good. And then I get to eat it. So
I love it. Love it.
Definitely the strawberries for me.
Nice. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Yeah, same here.
Always.
Yep. Where can people find you and place an order?
Definitely on Facebook. They can either comment on anything that I post, they can post on the timeline of the group, or they can message me directly, or if they have my business card and my email and my telephone number on there.
Perfect.
Yeah, anyway, for sure.
There. Awesome.
Yeah.
And last one word to describe your business.
I think it's exciting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think it's an exciting business.
Yep. And that's it for the questions. So
perfect.
Thanks again for coming on. Really appreciate it. And before we go, do you want to tell the audience your socials so they can get in contact?
Sure. So my Facebook is Make It Sweet Treat and Charcuterie Boxes. And it's also on Instagram as well with, I believe the handle is Make It Sweet. I think there's a 4 in it somewhere.
Okay, perfect.
I think, yeah, the Instagram is new.
Okay.
So yeah, it was something that I wanted to try out, and it's just fun to add to stories and stuff.
Definitely.
But that one's still growing with the following, but the Facebook is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, that's where I see most of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right on. Well, appreciate it again.
Thanks again.
And thanks for sharing everything. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. So that's a wrap for today's episode. If you liked today's episode, please leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you want to find out more about the Entrepreneurship Initiative and our podcast, you can visit www.cna.nl.ca/entrepreneurship. Thanks, and have a great day. Start where you are, grow as you go. Jacqueline's business, Make It Sweet, started from a passion project during COVID-19 and grew naturally through word of mouth. Her story shows the beginnings can lead to bigger opportunities. Embrace the leap. Investing in a certified commercial kitchen was a pivotal, albeit risky move that unlocks significant growth for Making It Sweet. Jacqueline's experience underscores the adaptability and willingness to take bold steps that are crucial for entrepreneurial evolution. Believe in your vision and don't be afraid to jump. Practical skills fuel entrepreneurship. Jacqueline's background in office administration gave her essential tools like time management, financial tracking, and customer communication. Her success highlights how building strong foundational skills can make running a business smoother and more sustainable.